studios in downtown Miami, WLRN-TV brings you Something on 17 with Meredith Ford and Don Webb.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome, as always, to another live presentation of Something on 17. This is a special show because this is our last live presentation for the season. We're going to take the summer off, and we will have reruns through the month of August. And so it's a special night, and we thought we would deviate from the norm. Nothing normal here to begin with, but Meredith and I talked about, and with Bob Lopez, the director, the fact that we should just get together for once and sit here for the whole hour and engage in conversation with our guest tonight.
You walked in and you said, Meredith, this is the last live show. Anything can go.
Let's do it.
Why don't we do it?
So we're going to sit here, and let me remind you tonight that we have a special show, genetic counseling. You'll be handling that. You'll lead that. Then we have flamenco dancing on Something on 17
Oh,
tonight.
I thought it was flamingo dancing. The Miami Youth Museum will also be on.
Yeah. And we have an aquamaid in our studio from Cypress Gardens. And we're going to see, she's going to do a helicopter, among other things. You know what a helicopter is?
No.
Well, stay tuned. Okay, our first guest tonight, as we begin, we're going to feature...
Well, we are going to be right back with more of Something on 17. A bit more, so stay with us.
When you think of... Come on, Meredith.
I can't.
When you think of Cypress Gardens aquamaids, you usually picture
graceful women in glittery costumes
who epitomize all that is beautiful in water skiing as they glide across the water. Think. Again. Shellie Blum is here to prove that women can barefoot and perform front flips and helicopters
as well as men.
And dazzle audiences with 180 and 360 degree swivel ballet. That's probably the most impressive introduction, I would think.
I was impressed.
Yeah, are you?
Did you ever have two people giving you an introduction at the same time?
I thought you did a good job.
You're terrific, Shellie. This young woman here, do you know that, Shellie, we're talking about Cypress Gardens.
Right.
And you've broken a lot of barriers. Would that be a good way to say it? For men only, for men that water ski only. You've gone through that.
Yeah, I kind of have, I guess. You could call me a pioneer in the freestyle jumping.
Yeah, and I noticed that you are the only woman in the world to perform freestyle water ski jumping in a professional water show.
That's correct.
Yeah, and you also joined the Elite Ramp Masters.
Yes, there are 3 other men that I jump with, and occasionally the last show of the day or so, maybe not as many people there or whatever, I get to jump with them.
Oh, that's terrific.
It's an honor, yeah.
Now, you have some tips for us tonight, Shellie, and I think it's good for all of us that if we could rely upon your expertness as a water skier and a jumper. And what's a helicopter, by the way? What is a helicopter?
A helicopter is a 360-degree spin horizontally to the water. You go off a ramp that's anywhere from 5 foot to 6 feet high off the water, anywhere from 30 to 35 miles an hour, and the rope is wrapped around your back. You let go of the rope and spin out of it.
Skill level, optimum?
It's one of the harder tricks. I mean, you go for distance first, distance jumping, and you try to go as far as you can. After that, you get a little daring and you try to turn, a 360-degree turn.
What does it feel like when you're in the middle of that jump?
Exhilarating. It's very exhilarating, and my whole body is, I try to be as tense as I can be.
And she gets paid for it.
Yeah, it's
making that jump.
Yeah,
we're going to go to Cypress Gardens. When we come back, I'd like to also just take a couple of minutes, Shellie, and there are many people that will go, hey, let's go water skiing, and they get hurt.
Right.
You have a few suggestions.
Tips. Yeah.
Let's go to Cypress Gardens. Shellie, if you would, please, your comments.
Okay, this is a deep water start. Barefoot. I have no skis on right now. And
does that tickle?
It's the best foot massage you'll ever have. Yeah. After a while, it might start to burn a little, but it really. Now I'm on the jumpers. See here, and I'm headed towards the ramp. And this is the long distance jumping I was speaking of. You just go for distance. And here I'm just getting...
Fix your hair before
Yes,
the
I
jump.
had to make sure.
That's-
This is the helicopter right there. See, I'm
That's it.
turning, giving a little wave.
Look at that.
And this is trick skiing. Those skis have no rudder. They're flat on the bottom. That enables me to turn like that. Here's another view of the helicopter.
Piece of cake.
It looks easy, but
Can
it
of
took me a
corn.
long time to learn it.
How
real
long does it take to learn something like that?
Just summer after summer and a lot of falls. Now, this is my favorite. This
This
is
is your favorite?
the front flip.
Oh,
Easy for you to say.
yeah.
That took
That
me even
was
longer.
tough.
That took
one
me
was
longer
hard.
than the heli. It's a little bit harder. And,
It's known as the heli at Cypress.
Yeah, well, that-
Down here we call it the helicopter.
yeah, helicopter.
I like your outfits, by the way, too.
Oh yeah, you'll a little later on here. I think I do some swiveling, and that's the graceful ballet and that kind of thing. This is a protective wetsuit that's got padding all over it. I'm really not that big, and a helmet, of course.
I'd whispered Meredith.
Here's
well, she's
another-
eating well up there, but that's not true. It's just look at this. Slow-mo.
Yep.
What type of food do you eat, speaking of food, on a day like this to really
I eat
have
a
the
lot
most
of-
amount of energy?
Funny you should ask
Wondering.
me that. I've been thinking, and I've been talking to some friends about that earlier today. I eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Carbo load.
Yeah, and pasta, stuff like that. Now here's the swivel ballet. I'm in a toe hold right now. The ski stays straight, but the swivel, the binding moves 360 degrees, or 180 right there. And see there, I'm showing it that it turns. And here's some more turns.
I'm watching this and I'm thinking, what a beautiful sport.
Sure
Isn't
is.
it?
Yeah.
It's very graceful.
It's hard to make it look, that way. I mean, it took me a long time just to be able to get up on this ski. Here's another of my favorite. That's my favorite trick right there.
Have you made it more than you've missed it?
I would have to say right now I'm a little bit more than 50-50 on it. And going to new ramps and stuff like that, that makes it a little bit harder for me. But at the gardens, I'm very adept to that ramp now, and I have to say, I hate to brag, but I'm pretty consistent.
Meredith, listen to this about this woman. She turned down law school, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
You put her aside, taken a hiatus
Yes.
from law school. Let's see, what else do we have here? I just thought this was terrific. She played volleyball for the junior Olympic team, third in the mile in the Missouri State Track and Field Championships,
Yes.
valedictorian of her high school class. All this in water skiing, too.
Yeah.
All because of your brothers.
Yes, brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of four, so I attribute a lot of thanks to them and my mother. They're all very encouraging.
Meredith, you know why Shelley's in town?
I
Other
really
than
don't.
something
No,
on
I really
17?
don't.
Well, we have good news for our audience as we leave here in just a couple of moments. And Shelley, you'll be performing in South Florida through the weekend, won't
That's
you?
right. I'm helping celebrate the 4th of July at the All-American Celebration on Miami Beach. So if anybody wants to see me skiing, I think I might do a little barefooting and swiveling. They don't have a ramp there, but at 3 o'clock I'll be doing a little bit of skiing.
And speaking of skiing, before we go, a couple of tips for those that may go out and water ski for the first time. What are your thoughts or suggestions?
Just like any other thing, don't drink and drive. The boats.
Don't drink and ski.
Make sure you've got a good boat driver, experienced boat driver, and a shotgun rider who is there to watch for signals, faster, slower, take me to the dock, that kind of thing, and wear a life jacket, Coast Guard approved life jacket.
Okay, good. Shelley, you look terrific. Thanks for coming tonight. Shellie
Thank
Blum
you.
in from Cypress Gardens, and she is the only woman in the world to perform freestyle water ski jumping at a professional water show. That all occurs at Cypress Gardens. It's a beautiful spot, too, isn't
Very,
it? It's
very
very
beautiful.
beautiful. And it's that time of year many people will be enjoying your
They need to
talents
go
along
and
with your associates.
Go see the new ski
Okay.
show in the gardens and
Okay.
all